Hey there PMP, my name is PenguinX and this is going to be my very first upload to this YouTube channel. So first off, just want to thank DMAC and all the other directors for giving me this opportunity to become a PMP recruit, and I hope you'll enjoy this battle. So this is a black and white overused match against Blaze and Kick and Chicken, who used to be a PMP director about a year ago, but has since pretty much quit Wi-Fi. He's mainly a PO player now. He's pretty well known to Smogan, but he does still play Wi-Fi occasionally, so I didn't manage to get a match with him, and this is it. So as I said, this is black and white OU, as you can probably tell from team preview, so I'm just going to give a quick team preview analysis. SD Luke is probably the biggest threat to my team. I don't really have much that can handle it, aside from Gengar, but seeing Tyranitar alongside Luke often means it's going to be Choice Scarf, just because Choice Scarf, Tyranitar, and SD Luke is a really, really potent offensive combination, because T-Tar gets rid of a lot of the stuff that beats like the normal Luke sets, so stuff like Gengar, Latias, Latios, both of which can take extreme speeds okay, as well as like faster variants of Celebi. All of those can be big problems for SD Lucario, and they're all weak to Pursuit, so T-Tar is a very good answer to them, and that's really why I just need to try and keep Gengar safe, and just hopefully make sure it has a sub up before Tyranitar eventually comes in on us. That's mainly the game plan, to stop Luke from sweeping. I'm using a pretty standard team. It's like a standard prior to Deoxys S ban. So it's basically just Deoxys S, 3 Volt Toners, Gengar, and DD Knight, so it's really standard. Except I'm running a couple of weird sets. First off is Deoxys. It's actually a Life Orb 3 attacks with Stealth Rock set, and it's really good at eliminating the stuff that people normally lead off against against Deoxys. But it's not going to work out this match because BKC knows that I don't run a Taunt on this set. He has seen it before, so I'm just going to go for Superpower. He's going to go for the Rocks, knowing I lack Taunt, and then I'm just going for Rocks on the second turn, as he unfortunately Fire Blast for the KO. I thought he wanted to switch out, trying to save his Heatran as a good Sizzle switch late game, but that's not going to be the case. He's just staying on Fire Blast for the KO, so I'm just going to go into Rotom. Just going to go for the Hydro Pump as he switches in his Latios. Probably could have Volt Switched there, but I did calc the Volt Switch against Heatran. It didn't look like it would quite KO, so I didn't want to run the risk of switching anything into a Fire Blast. So I did just go for the Hydro Pump. Now I'm going to switch into Sizzle. He's going to pull a double switch and go into Skarmory, predicting that, which does actually show me that his Latios does not pack the Hidden Power Fire, otherwise he would go for it there, which is kind of unfortunate, because my Sizzle is actually tailor-made to lure in and beat Latias, Latios, and Celebi with Hidden Power Fire, since it does have the Occa Berry and it can just U-turn on them to take them out. So it mainly it's a choice band bluff set with Occa Berry just to help beat things that beat Rotom. So that's the idea behind that. I'm just U-turning and Volt Switching around to get good team matchups. So I'm just going to Volt Switch into my Sizzle here, and this turn does actually show him that I'm probably not choice banded, because if I was, I definitely would have Bullet Punched there, since because hazards are up, and because I'm pretty sure that his Latios is specs. I wouldn't want to risk taking a Surf at that point, since I would have died to hazards the next time I switched in. So if I was choice banded, I probably would have Bullet Punched. So he probably knows at this point that I do pack Roost, and in that case I'm not the standard choice band set. So he probably knows at this point that I'm running either Iron Plate or Occa Berry. So we just Volt Switch, eventually take down his Latios, and Volt Switch into my Infernape. So about 8 turns in, and I've already taken out one of those key threats and really, really weakened his Skarmory as well, which is really nice. So do his Volt Switch into my Infernape, who is indeed Choice Scarfs, and he doesn't seem to see this coming as he gets into his Gengar. And Fire Blast surprisingly doesn't KO. I'm not running max special attack. I'm only like running 192 special attack EVs, because you have to split EVs between attack, special attack, and speed on Scarfape. And I wanted to run max speed so that I could at least speed tie with Choice Scarf Terrakion. So unfortunately, that does actually bite me in the ass there, as I don't KO. So I'm forced to go into Sizzle here. Going to go for the Bullet Punch. Probably could have U-turns. Sorry, predicting this Skarmory switch in, but if I went for the U-turn and he stayed in on my Focus Blast, I would have lost my Sizzle, and that would have been really, really bad, since it's really my only thing that could take on Scarf Tart at this point, especially with Infernape out of the way. So I'm just going to go for the Roost here, revealing that I am not the standard choice band set. Now I'm going to U-turn out here, and this is a silly move on my part, because now I should have seen that I was fast this turn, which means he was going to go for the Whirlwind, and probably should have gone into Dragonite or something else, because at least then I would have had a chance to be Whirlwinded into my Rotom. That's not going to be the case. I'm just going to go into Rotom like an idiot, get Whirlwind into Dragonite, which is the complete opposite way around than I probably should have planned it out. But it's not too bad, since I can't just go for the Fire Punch. He's going to Whirlwind me out, not wanting me to do a Dragonite in his face. And I do luckily get Whirlwinded into my Rotom at this point. So now I see in his team that nothing on his really wants to take a Hydro Pump or Volt Switch. So I'm going to predict him to Death Fodder out his Gengar here to the rocks. So I'm actually going to go for the rest and recover back up to full HP. Now this is actually a set I did get the idea from Blazing Kick and Chicken. But I think I run a little bit of a different set to him. I think he runs a pretty bulky set. And normally I run a really bulky set as well. I actually run like 252 HP, 220 defense, but this one is actually modest, and that will actually come into play later. So he does go into his Heat Tramp, because I'm not running max speed. That is going to outspeed me and go for the Fire Blast, which is an absolute ton, considering it's resisted. So I'm just going to Volt Switch out. It does take it out after the rock damage, and I'm just going to Volt Switch into my Scizor. So he's going to Scar me now, obviously, since it's its best thing to take it on. And now I'm just going to go for the U-turn as he roosts up, and I'm just going to U-turn into my Rotom. And now this is where my different EV spread and nature to what I normally run comes in handy, because whenever I've used a Chester-Red Rotom against BKC, it's always been really physically defensive, barely any special attack investment, but this one is absolute max attack. And so he is going to stay in here, because normally like physically defensive Rotom Volt Switch is like maybe 60% to standard special physically defensive Scarm, but this actually is going to one at KO, even though it doesn't look like 70 base power. So he really didn't see that one coming. So although he did actually know my set, I still managed to get surprise KO just because of a pretty tweaked EV spread. So I'm just going to Volt Switch into my Scizor, just because it's like the best thing to really go into at this point. So kind of U-turn out of whatever comes in. And he goes into Luke, and now the best thing I can really go into is go into my my Gengar, not wanting to risk losing my Scizor, but he does actually predict this. He goes into his Tyranitar to trap my my Gengar, and does reveal here that is Choice Scarf. So I was between going for the Focus Blast or switching out there. I do decide to go for the Focus Blast, because I probably could be able to live for Pursuit since it's only Choice Scarf. But he does unfortunately go for the Crunch, which was not great for me. It's a 50-50 chance, and I just called it wrong. So I'm just going to go into my Scizor. I'm not going to take a Crunch because I'm running a little defense investment, and I also know that BKC likes to run mixed Scarf Tyranitar with Ice Beam to help deal with Gliscor. His team is a little bit weak to it, especially since his Latios is choiced. So I'm just going to use the opportunity to get a Roost, which is going to come in handy later, since it means that my Scizor isn't going to die to the next Hazard switching. And now my best shot here is just to rack up as many Life Orb recoils and defense drops on his Lucario as possible. So I'm just going to go into my Rotom's Death Fodder, get defense drop, go into Dragonite now, just go for the extreme speed, and this is an absolute ton considering it's resisted. And yeah, considering it's not boosted at all, that's really nice damage. And after this next turn, Life Orb Recall, I know that a Bullet Punch from Scizor, even though I'm not running max attack, I'm only running like 40 attack EVs with Adamant, this is going to be able to KO. But this is a big turn. It's between going for the Roost or going for the Bullet Punch, and I do call it wrong. Basically, the thought process was I either have to Roost or Bullet Punch. If I go for the Roost and he close combats, then that's game right there. If I go for the Bullet Punch and he extreme speed, I know I can take one, and then I can still win if I get crit on the Tyranitar. So again, it was pretty much another 50-50 call. I do call it wrong, which is unfortunate, but I'm just going to go with the Bullet Punch on the T-Tar. Doesn't KO because I don't get the crit, and he's just going to finish off with the Scarf Superpower, so that's going to be an excellent game, BKC. Very close to 1-0. Some really nice plays from both of us, and I hope you enjoyed that one. So if you did enjoy, leave a like, comment, and I'll see you all next time maybe. So, bye.